Alright, sorry about that, guy. Well, that's Civi's fault. Civi, she's the camera person.
Camera went dead.
We should have came back with the whole job done.
Yep.
Just, you know, guys, sorry, we really wanted to record it.
But the camera went dead.
Alright, we got that. Now, while she was changing the battery, I was looking at any kind of bracket or something that's supposed to be here, and I couldn't find anything. So we're gonna pay attention to that. But I think they messed up. I think they, you know, idiots. Let's get this in here like that. Let's get our protector out. We don't need this no more. Okay. That's great. That's perfect right there. Alright, this looks like a 5mm. And what I'm going to do is get a bolt to put in here in the meantime to hold that in place so I can tighten this up. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm not sure for what goes in there, if a bolt supposed to be here. But I got a bolt from the belt tensioner. I'll put that in there just to keep that. And this thing is bent too, man. What the heck? Man, I hate vacuuming. Alright, let's tighten up this. This is a 5mm hex right here. Okay, let's tighten this up. Go till it stop. And then a little bit more. That's it. Alright, now we can remove this. See how this?
Yep.
You know, actually, guys, since I'm not sure about that, because I don't know what the heck going on, what we're going to do is we're going to look up somebody else's video on changing the camshaft position sensor and see what they do about that bolt. That's the best way of doing it. Alright, let's get our camshaft gear on. Remember, you got your Woodruff key here. So on the opposite side, you got an opening just for that key. So let's put this on. Okay. Take our bolt. Put the bolt there. Okay. And let's get ready to tighten that up. Alright? We'll be right back. Alright guys, now we're ready to tighten this up. This bolt is tightened up to 100 Newton meters, or in inch pounds, it's 74.
Foot-pounds.
I mean, yeah, foot-pounds is 74. Now, here's the problem, guys. How do you hold this cam in place while tightening up this bolt? What you're going to do, guys, is turn it this way. You're going to take 2 vice grips, not just 1, 2. 1, you're going to grab right there in that center point. Bring that close. And you want to make sure it's up against the side of the head right here. You know what? This is going to... Nah, they can't be able to do that. Alright, a little tighter. Make sure it's not hitting up against the lobe. Alright. Tighten that up. That's still... Get you another one. Okay. Let's go back over here. Got our torque wrench. And you want to tighten that up. It's good if you... I'm doing this up here. Let's set this down. And let's get some rags under here because I'm pushing up against the valve. Or, what you want to do even better, turn it to the side. Release your vice grips. Right now, to set this up before we install it on the engine, we're going to have to turn this to number 1. But what we got to do is bring both these cam lobes till they both facing up, the number 1 cylinder. And you can see right now they're not. So let's take our same ratchet, and you notice I'm not letting this thing hit the ground. I'm holding it up. Okay, right about there is going to be our number 1. Both valves.
You're my number 1.
That was corny. Don't tell me that. You know I'm not. Your dogs are.
No.
Both valves are closed on the number 1 cylinder. That is great, guys. We are ready to get ready and install our cylinder head. And what you want to do right now, guys, down in there where your bolts set at, get you some carburetor cleaner and spray it up. You want to make sure there's no dirt in there so that bolt goes flush all the way down. Alright? We'll be right back. Alright, guys, we are ready to put this thing back together. Alright, I have put the rag here to protect everything. So we cleaned it up. And remember, guys, in case you missed part of the other video, you want to make sure you take some air and blow these holes out of here. These are where the head bolts go to. Because if you got any kind of dirt down in it, anything in there, it's going to mess up with your torque. Alright? Ooh, nice. Alright, let's turn around over here. And, guys, don't go to eBay and get no... I mean, I don't want to put no company down, but don't get eBay parts. Well, get eBay parts if it's a name brand. We're going to be using the Victor Reigns headset. So what we're going to do is pull this. What is that? Oh. Okay, that. We're going to be using this head gasket. This is called an MLS multi-layered steel gasket. Alright, carefully. So be careful, you know, like when I opened it up, you saw I was holding it and put a hole through there, because you can bend this right out of place. Alright, let's get this open and get ready to install it onto the block. Be right back. Alright, guys, before you put your gasket down, you're going to have 2 guide pins. You're going to have one right here, and then on this side, you're going to have a very small one. So your gasket can only go one way. If you try to put it this way, this hole over here won't line up, and it don't look right anyway, guys. Don't try to do that. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and try this way. Of course, it don't work. So let's get this thing set right the way it's supposed to be. All right, the little hole gonna set right there, and the big one set right there. All right, that is perfect. Now, check this out, guys. Now, what we need to do is get the pistons below deck. Now, you see those two, the number 2 and 3, is already down. But number 1 and 4 is on the top. And number 1 is set at top dead center. So, if you look right there at the crankshaft, that's all I'm going to do is, and it's already got this mark lined up. Only thing I'm going to do, let's see if I can turn it by hand. Good. Bring it back just about there. And you know, guys, this is a kind of sucky thing, because they should have a mark on the crank on a timing gear instead of having to line it up like this. But they don't. You know what we should do? We should line this up, take this apart, and put a mark on it to let us know what TDC is, instead of having to go through this, because we got to take this off anyway to get the time buzzer. Alright, so I'm going to get this thing off, and we'll be right back. Ready. Alright, guys, check it out. I got this thing at top dead center. Now, this is what we're going to do. This is what me and you going to do. Right? We ain't going to listen to Volkswagen no more. You see that little dot right there? That little pimple that sticks out. Now, that's perfectly lined up between those teeth right there. Also, check this out. It's perfectly lined up right with that little indentation right there, right where it ends. Because this little hill comes up, and it goes down, and then it comes over here. So we're lined up right there. Let me get in here for a second. And I'm going to mark it. So that way you know exactly where top dead center is taking this thing apart. I don't know why, I have no idea why they didn't put no indentation or something in here and up here and then line up right with that little right there. I have no idea why they didn't do that. And also we can, is that lined up right there, Sivy? Does that look like it's lined up?
Yeah.
Nah, because then I don't want them to mess up and, you know, different teeth line up with it. Let's go with that. That's going to be there.
Okay.
So we'll line it up just like that. So that's the way we're going to line it up, guys. We know TDC is right there. Now, what I'm going to do now is we need to bring those pistons below deck. So I'm going to go back 45 degrees, enough to drop that number one piston. So I can actually probably do this by hand. So what you're going to do is go to the top and you're going to watch that. Watch those pistons. Ready?
Yeah.
Drop down.
Yep.
And actually, I'm actually less than 45 degrees. Drop down. Now, you guys might be wondering why we did that. This is an interference engine, as you know, because you saw it hit the piston, hit them valves. So when we put that head down, if anything is misaligned, if that head is not at TDC or close to it, we're going to torque it down and it's going to hit those pistons. But now, being that those pistons are below deck, I'm guaranteed it won't hit it, no matter where that camshaft is. And if you want, you can bring it back a little bit more. But your valves don't go down that far, so you ain't gonna worry about that. Now we got that set, guys. Let's get this out of the way. Let's go get ready. Let's go get our head and set it on. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we got our cylinder head. Turn it to the side. Make sure it's nice and clean. No dirt or nothing on it. All right. Let's turn this over. You don't want to lay it down and move it all around, scarp that gasket. You want to line this up as best you can. And then lay it down. Get it set right on those alignment pins. Okay, everything is lined up. Alright, let's go get our head bolts. Be right back. Alright, guys, this part right here is so important, guys. First of all, make sure you have your poly drive socket ready. This is a number 10, and I got a not a reducer, more of an make it bigger. 3/8 to 1/2 inch drive, because it's a 1/2 inch drive, and I got a 4-inch 3/8 drive extension. Brand new head bolts. Now, the instructions will tell you, well, measure this and do the depth, pitch, and all that. Why are you going to do all that? Just get you some new head bolts. As simple as that, guys. Because in the end of it, they say, well, if it doesn't come out to be specs, change the bolts. Change them anyway.
They're not that expensive.
Heck no. All right, now, this is also important. Get you some oil. I'm using 5W30, nice thin weight. Because when you put these bolts down, if you tighten them up just like they are, sometimes you might get to a point where it's tight, then they go, and they'll throw off the torque on the vehicle. So put some oil on the threads, it'll stop that. All right, now, there is supposed to be a special tool to keep this head into place, because the head still kind of moves a little bit. So if you don't have that tool, like I don't, just be very careful. And also what you can do is look straight down into one of the bolt holes. It might be dark in there, but you can see straight down. You can see straight down in there, so you know it's lined up. It's kind of dark in there, so you ain't gonna be able to see it. All right, so
I'm trying.
it's too far down in there. Oh. So this is what you're gonna do, guys. This is the important part. You want to look down there by hand, by eye. Make sure you can see these right here. Make sure you can see those bolts all the way down. If you move the head a little bit, you can actually see the head gasket, because the head gasket is already in place because of those pins. But so the head can actually move. So you ain't worry about the head gasket. So now let's take out some oil. take us one of the bolts. Just dip it in. Dang, what the heck? How much oil is in here? Dang, man, how much oil is in here?
You want to get your container with oil?
What the heck, yeah? What the heck, man? Watch I pour it all out. Oh, there it is. Okay, I got a little bit in here.
So you don't have to dip the whole bolt?
No,
just a little?
You know what? I don't know. I'm not liking this. I'm not digging this too much. Because I want a little bit more oil up there. There we go. Alright, got the bolt in there. Look down, look into this, making sure. Now watch this head. Watch this head, guys.
Where are it? Wait. Oh, okay.
See, now I can move the head around. So you want to make sure you got one lined up. Put that bolt down in there. Get your tool. Turn it by a couple threads. Just so, if you want to try to do this by hand, my hands are slippery because of that oil on it. So that way you know that one is lined up. Then, when you take that out, get another bolt. Put some oil in it. Then you want to go to the one right across from it. Look down in there. Oh yeah, I'm good. Alright. Then, if you can turn it by hand, just like I'm doing, then you know it's going down, everything is lined up, and everything is good.
So start in the middle, or it doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter, but yeah, no, it don't really matter. That's me. I just started in the middle. So, having done that, I got those two lined in. Now, I'm gonna go right here, and then I'm gonna go across from it over here. Okay. Let's get those. This one didn't look like it. See that guy? See how that head shifted a little bit and that bolt dropped down? Alright. Now let's get the other two in and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we got all the bolts started. The next thing you want to do is take you a 3/8 drive ratchet. I'm using a stubby ratchet because these bolts should not be tight at all. And that's all you're going to do now is start from the center. And you'll just bring them down just till they snug. You're not tightening them at all. And watch this tightening sequence. 1, 2. And you can go either one you want on these 4 right here. So you grab one, but whatever one you do, go across over here. Okay, then over here. Then cross over to here. Then cross back over to here. So you're going to bring this one in, then go over here, then go over here, or right here, and then back over there. Alright? Whatever you do, just make sure you start from the center and work your way out. A lot of times, to make it simple for me, I like to go like a circular pattern. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I like to do that. So let's get these brought down, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I made it easy for you. Here's the tightening sequence right here. So just snap a picture of that and keep it moving. Alright, the first step we're going to do is tighten up the 3 steps. Number 1 is 30 foot-pounds.
3 steps to do what?
Tighten up the head bolts.
Oh, torquing them?
Yeah, torquing them up.
Okay.
Threw me off, dang it.
Well, you didn't explain that.
Man. Okay, now if you're doing foot-pounds, it's 30 foot-pounds. If you're doing Newton meters, then it's 40. So let's start off. We got our setup. Guys. I'm going to admit something here, and I got no business admitting this, but I'm going to admit this. I'm using a Snap-on torque wrench, 3/8 drive. From experience, from all my years' experience, Snap-on makes the best torque wrench out there, and I'm telling you guys, I've used plenty of them, all of them, Harbor Freight, all of them. The reason being because a lot of them is that when you get down to the torque and torque it, it doesn't click, it doesn't do anything, and you're over tighten and you strip it out. It has happened to me. This has got to be the best. I'm sorry.
Sell out.
Yeah, I am. Oh, good. All right, let's start off on the center one. Okay, number 2. Okay. And then I'm going to continue on and do the rest of them. Alright, so we're going to do one more together, and that's it, guys. Alright, let's do the rest of them, and we'll be right back. Alright, guys, we're on our last one here, number 10. Okay, step 1 is a go. Yeah, buddy. Alright, guys, step number 2. We got to go in the same sequence and tighten each bolt up a quarter turn or 90 degrees. Now, you can get your little angle torque wrench, but guys, 90 degrees is really, really, really easy to do, especially with this car because you got so much room out here. So we're going to do that together. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright, guys, 90 degrees. Real quick, guys. Here's a circle. So you're looking at one of the bolts. Here's 0 degrees. Here is 90 degrees. Just that easy. So a quarter of a turn. So we're going to put our ratchet down. We're going to tighten it. Actually, being facing the engine, our 0, we're going to start our 0 over here. So 90 is going to be right here. So we're going to put our torque wrench or just a regular ratchet onto the bolt. It's going to be facing just like that. And then we're going to tighten it up and then stop right there. Guys, I mean, you can be a little bit off, but you're not going to mess up. All right, so let's do it. Here we go. You got to get yourself a 1/2-inch drive on this now because you need something to be able to move. Okay, so I'm right here now. I'm looking. Now I know. Now use the cylinder head as your guide. So I know I'm not lined up with the cylinder head right now. I'm a little bit this way. So I know when I get 90 degrees right here, I have to go just a little bit more to make that up. Or you can, if you see, if you back up, you're going to be off. All right, make sure that thing is down there. Okay, so it's right there. All right, so let's bring it around. And I know usually 90 degrees would be right there, but that's not right. I have to go a little bit more, and I'm good. I'm done. Let's go up to the next one. Number 2. Make sure that's in there. Now see, that one looks straight, so I know I'm good to go. Just bring it straight around till we stop. 90 degrees. Just like that, guys. Let's do one more because I'm feeling giddy. All right. Sivvy funny.
Yeah.
Sivvy make me say things like that, guys. I don't mean to say things like that.
No.
All right, look at that. Another perfectly straight. So, bring it around. 90 degrees. One more, guys. One more. I'm liking this. I'm digging this. Uh-oh. There we go. All right, so let's go right here. One more. There we go. All right, make sure it's straight. Bring it around. 90 degrees. All right, let's get the rest of them done, and we'll be right back. All right, guys. we finished step 2. Now for the third step. The third step is another 90 degrees. Now that's it. If I'm going to advise you getting a longer 1/2-inch drive ratchet, so more leverage. The shorter it is, the harder it is going to be to turn that bolt. So let's start off with number 1. Make sure that's in there. All right, here we go. And now, if I have a difficult time in turning this right now, I'm gonna go get my 1/2-inch drive ratchet. I mean, the other torque wrench is long enough, but I didn't want that because it'll torque and throw it off. So I'm trying not to use that. Do I got a breaker bar or something? Maybe I'll try that. I don't know. Let's try. Okay, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. I mean, it'd be a lot easier, but let's try another one to see. Guys, make sure this socket is down in that bolt, or you will strip that thing right out. All right, let's try this one. Oh, that ain't that bad. Yeah, buddy. Number 2. Go over here to number 3. Let's see, number 3. It's not lined up with that head. It's a little bit over, so I know when it get to me. Now, also, guys, I'm using our center caps as the straight line, so I know when I get there, I'm at 90 degrees. But see, I'm a little bit past there, so I know when I get to my cap, I'm gonna go a little bit more. Okay. Number 4. Pass. Okay, great. Okay. Number 5. We're gonna do numbers up to number 6. Okay, that's off a little bit. That's up that way a little bit, so it's right before I get there. Okay, and one more. Okay. Okay. Perfect, guys. Now we're just going to do 7, 8, 9, and 10, and we'll be done torquing down the cylinder head. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're on our last one. Number 10. Our head is done. Now the next thing, huh?
So step 1 was 40 Newton meters or 30 foot-pounds. Step 2 was 90 degrees, and step 3 was 90 degrees.
You got it, Civvy.
All right.
Yeah, buddy, for Civvy, for repeating what I had to.
See that.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay.
All right. The next thing you're gonna do, guys, is now that we got everything off here, it's easy to connect our exhaust manifold. You see these little ports, the little holes right there? You want to make sure, get you a wire or something, you want to clean those out. Make sure there's not a carbon buildup in, or you will trigger a check engine light. Next thing you want to do is take off all the 10mm nuts that you got on the studs, and let's get ready to install our MLS gasket. Alright? We'll be right back.